Look, I try to get my message across. It doesn't help when the newspapers try to translate it into something different from what it is. But my message, look, I was dealing with the problem of teenage pregnancies yesterday.
Yeah.
I was dealing with the problem of antisocial behaviour. I was dealing with the problem of chaotic
families. But
families.
Labour's been doing that for 12 years.
We're dealing with new problems in a new situation. Look, Adam, have you not realised we're into a new world? New world where, hold on, where first of all the financial system can never be the same again.
I understand all of that,
secondly,
but I didn't see you saying that philosophically yesterday. What I heard you saying was, here are new Labour policies, we're going to build a little bit onto them.
Sorry, I said this is a fundamentally different world and we need a new model for our economy. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
A new model for society, a new model for politics. And what I meant was, you're not going to create jobs the old way. Low-carbon jobs, for example, are maybe the biggest job creator in years. You're not going to build a society in an uncertain world unless people are more explicit about the responsibilities they have.
Here's a straightforward question, and people have accused you of doing it, but I'm asking a question
Adam,
now.
I've got to correct you. You asked a question about whether there was any philosophical basis to the speech I was putting forward yesterday, and you're not allowing me to answer the question.
Well, I'm giving you an answer, but what I'm also saying, you've just been saying that you thought the newspapers were getting in the way. We have suggested to you a very clear way of communicating is simply to debate with your opponents, and you can't seem to make up your mind on that.
Nothing about not making up my mind. There is a time for that.
What is your decision?
I'm sorry, Adam, there is a time for that, but it's not now.
When is the time for it?
There is a time for discussing these things. When there is an election about to come.
You know very well it will become a political issue then. What we're trying to do is...
You're trying to make it a political issue.
No,
That's
we're not.
fine.
We're trying to... How are we trying to make it a political issue?
Because you're advertising it every day and asking people to sign up to
think
that's right for you to do.
We're a medium of communication, and we think the British public deserve to see have the chance to compare their leaders directly. We want to sort this out before it becomes a political football. That's why we're doing it now.
You're sounding a bit like a political propagandist yourself, but let me say this. There will be a time to discuss these issues, but
Why not just say yes in principle?
Because I want to get round the country. I want to talk to people in the different regions of the country. I want to talk about the policy issues, and I'm going to do that over the next few weeks.
You're doing it now.
No, I'm
not.
Why not
do it?
To be fair, Adam, you haven't given me the chance to talk about all the philosophical issues you say were not addressed in the speech, and you haven't given me the chance to talk about our political reforms that we proposed yesterday, and you haven't given me the chance to talk about our economic policies.
I think the viewers,
will
judge that. I've tried to give you as much opportunity as possible to say that. I just want to ask you one final question, which is, it appears that you didn't break through yesterday. You didn't change the public's mind. If we get closer to the election and you still haven't changed the public's mind, would you step aside and let someone else lead the party into the election?
We're going through a recession. I don't think you've asked about that at all, which is the most important issue facing the country. And the most important thing in a recession is you keep doing the job that is necessary to be done. I have taken this country over the last year from a position where people feared that there was going to be a Great Depression. I've worked with other international leaders to get us through the recession, and I'm going to take the country through that recession.
If it isn't working for the Labour Party, would you step aside?
I'm sorry, Adam. I've got a job to do, and I've got a job to do that I think...
But it's a yes or no question.
I'm sorry,
you can
I've got a job
it.
to do, and that's the job I'm doing.
So you will, hand on heart, in all circumstances, lead Labour into the next election?
Of course, and the very fact you keep asking the same question and I keep giving you the same answer suggests that we should be talking about policy issues and not just about these personality issues.
But personality does matter, doesn't it?
It does obsess you.
So let's get this clear. Of course, in all circumstances, you will lead Labour into the next election.
Of course. And are we talking about policy? And perhaps in the next interview you'll give me a chance to develop policy.
Well, we want to talk to you at length about policy in the debate, so we look forward to that.
I will talk about policy in interviews. I'll be going around the country. You can follow me around the regions as I talk to people throughout this country. People want to know, without the filters that you're talking about, what we're going to do on social care, what we're going to do on antisocial behaviour, what we're going to do on jobs and the economy, what the prospects of the young people are, how the next generation can do better than the last. These are the questions that people are asking, and these are the questions that we can answer.
Well, we will try and get as many answers as we can on that. Thank you very much indeed, Gordon Brown. Thank you.
See you.
You're staying here. You're staying here.
No. Okay.
It's not surprising the Prime Minister was so angry. The timing of the Sun's announcement was brutal, the morning after a speech he'd hoped would revive his fortunes. The Cabinet tried to seize the initiative today with announcements about a possible ban on teachers joining the BNP and an end to hospital parking charges. But they couldn't ignore what the Sun said.